Yeah, so this behavior, he's like, I'm trying to be submissive, but in actuality, he's like, you can see he's super nervous.
Yeah, he's like side-eyeing you.
Right, he's side-eyeing me, he's doing some lips, or licking the lips. And, you know, to somebody that doesn't understand body language, they'd be like, oh, I can pet him, right? And you go to pet him and that's where a bite happens. I have been honestly like patting him on the head in this, when he does this, to keep him getting used to people touching him. Like, I'm doing that on purpose. I'm not doing it to be like, I'm gonna give you some affection.
Yeah.
But he's gotta get used to like people being close. He obviously has big troubles with like the vet.
Yeah.
Like, he has to be muzzled, sedated, like really heavily sedated. So he's got to get used to this.
He should be comfortable with somebody, you know, patting him on the side or putting their hand on his head.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get used to this. And so we're like, this is kind of something I do with him every day. But it's still, to me, like, he still looks like I'm thinking about biting you.
Yeah.
And obviously the growling tells me that he's not having nice thoughts.
Yeah, those deep growls.
Yeah. While I like that he's like, I'm laying down, I'm making this choice, I'm not lunging at you like he was doing before.
Yeah.
We're still not there. But I'm obviously, like, I'm not avoiding it because he's got to get used to this. Good. Good. He's also got to see, like, this isn't, like, nothing's happening to him. I'm just here, and, like, I'm just going to scratch your head. Like, that's all I'm going to do. Good. Otis, come. Good.
Did he initially growl and all that at you because he just doesn't want to come out of his crate? He doesn't want to work?
He doesn't want to work. He doesn't want me to have anything to do with him. He'd rather just stay in there and be left alone.
Yeah.
Which obviously isn't, he's a family dog.
Yeah.
So that's not his life.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take him out real quick to potty, and then I'll bring him back in and we'll do more.
Okay.
Break. Good. Come. Sit. So this is not a great slip lead because it doesn't actually slip. And so I don't have much control over him with this leash. So, let's see. Oh, here's a better one. So he's gotten pretty used to like this. Me doing this stuff because I've been like repeating every single day. Like, this is something that happens. You get your collars messed with.
Touching his head, touching
but if
his
I
neck.
made like any kind of like crazy move, I'm sure he would try to bite me. So I have to be careful. Nope. Come. Otis. Come. Sit. Nope. He likes this the least. So how do you feel about this position?
I was gonna say that you'd rather him standing up when you put it on him, because I feel like if you crouch down and he like snaps at you, then I feel like he has the upper hand and you could You don't?
Yeah, this puts me in a pretty vulnerable position because, yeah, I have to come down to him. I can't move as fast when I'm down there. So yeah, this is not fantastic. So I'd much rather him be sitting, so I can kind of be holding him with one hand on the leash. It's also like he's not comfortable in that position. Like he's sitting up in that Sphinx. So yes, he laid down, sit, but that does not mean he's comfortable at all. Otis, come. Nope, you're not getting back in your crate. Sit. So this is where it gets dicey. When he gets started, when he gets over there, like, and he corners himself. Yeah. And then like I have to come towards him. That's a good time to bite too. Sit.
When he feels cornered.
Yeah, he feels cornered. He's got like nowhere to go. So that, like, putting it on, like, he definitely, like, kind of wanted to back away from it. And that's when you gotta, like, kind of keep him there and just, like, go. Yeah. That's the safest way to do it. Just go with the muzzle. Because if you stop, then they're gonna, you know, have time to react and that sort of thing. So now he's got his muzzle on. Now it's a lot easier to, like, adjust things.
Yeah, like, the tension's already rising, like, in that moment, so you kind of have to act quickly. Yep. And we had quite a battle the first time I was trying to get a muzzle on him, because he didn't come in with a muzzle on, and clearly I had to muzzle him for the first like 2 days. He kept the muzzle on, and initially putting it on, like if I went towards him at all with the muzzle, he was biting it. He literally bit the muzzle. Yeah. Luckily the muzzle, not me, but to him that there was no differentiation. So I always just do some extra, like, playing around with his neck anytime I put the e-collar on, just to get him used to this. He's going to be having collars put on him all the time. Yeah, if like, you know, you put the collar on the same way every day, and then one day you accidentally like touch his ear differently, and he freaks out. It's going to be a new experience for him. And
he's got to get used to.
He's going to be unpredictable.
Anything. And like he's stiff right now, like he's not relaxed. But we've come a long way from like this would be like bite, bite, bite. Loosen this just a little bit. Loosen it with it on. A lot of people want to be like, you know, why are you not using food to reward? One, he's probably not going to take food. He's too stressed. But two, he's got all these nasty thoughts in his head still. And if I start giving him food, that's just reinforcing all of that. So I also don't like want to add in like the possibility of like him thinking he should guard the food or him, you know, whatever. That's just muddies the waters. Yeah. I want this all to be like, you don't have to be happy about it. You just have to be neutral. And food isn't going to help that. I just adjusted his collar with it on him. Good.
Yeah, although he's like letting you put the collar on and the muzzle on, it's not like he's exactly being a sweetie.
Right.
Like.
Yeah, no, he's super stressed. He's panting. Granted, mouth open's always better than closed, unless the dog is like super relaxed. But like with a dog like this, mouth open for me is typically safer than him like mouth closed, I'm ready to bite kind of thing. This is him getting the stress out. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good job.
And this is good because if you just threw your arms in the crate, tried to throw the collar on and get him out there quick, start working them and everything, it would just be way less beneficial. He'd learn a lot less. He'd be a lot more stressed.
Yeah.
Potential bites, like.
Right. You never want to go fast with these guys.
Yeah.
Fast meaning like in a lesson. It doesn't mean they can't learn things quickly. But like you really have to think about like moving pretty slow for the most part, moving very what's the word, like purposeful.
Yeah.
But just like doing stuff like this where he's sitting, I'm sitting next to him, this gets him more used to me. You know, moving and doing things like recall and heel, like even though he's a hard time with it, that stuff's always easier than just sitting here and being.
Right.
He has a hard time just doing this. But this is all like, if he could do this at the vet, they wouldn't need sedation.
Right. Yeah, it's funny that
Like,
this is a bigger challenge for him, just to relax and calm down, lay down.
Like if your dog could just come in and lay down and like be okay with being touched, like, yeah, it's not fun to get shots. Nobody likes shots. And I wish more vets, like, I don't know, you come into these tiny little rooms, the vet comes in, usually wants to get the dog excited and happy for them, and none of that is beneficial for like having the dog be calm and do this. Like,
they're like, oh, look at this, sweetie.
Right.
And
like,
like,
let me give you all the food.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's high pressure. The dog feels like they can't go anywhere, and they're not taught to just like simmer down, take a second. There are very few vets that will like come into the office and like just chill for a second and not expect the dog to just come over to them and be happy-go-lucky. And obviously I'm petting him not because I think he enjoys it. I'm petting him because he's got to get used to this.
Right.
Like, I know he doesn't want my pets. This is not like an affection thing. This is pressure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he even enjoys pets from his owners. He
Right.
might, like some dogs just don't like it. And we should be respectful of that, but on the other hand, they still have to be able to handle it. They have to be able to handle being touched.
Yeah.
They're family dogs.
It's like conditioning him to be okay with it in all of those moments. Like some of the moments with the family might be unpredictable, and like, you know,
Yeah.
you got a younger person patting him on the side.
Right.
or
Yeah.
Somebody bumps into him in a weird way. Or,
Yep. And you see how hard this is for him. Like he's struggling.
Yeah.
But he's not trying to bite.
That's right.
Like that's big for him. Soon enough he'll realize like, hey, this is okay. Maybe I don't mind it. Has Erica texted you?
I keep checking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything from her yet.
Okay. This is big for Oscar too. Like his brother's out. He's not freaking out.
Yeah.
Just chilling. Like that's big for him.
It's good we've been keeping them. Well, it's like we have them both next to each other, but like we're working them separately, and they kind of have to go on their own journeys, and
Yep.
they're not being influenced by each other.
Yeah, they're very much on their own journeys. That's
Yeah.
a good point. Yep. Like when they first came, like anytime Otis went out, Oscar would freak out. If Oscar went out and Otis stayed, he was freaking out.
Yeah, like I said, when first day I got Oscar out of the crate, he was growling at me, looking at me like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
You know.
Willie, you loving that bone, buddy?
Everybody's snoozing.
Yep. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get up. We'll see what he does. I'll move him around and then I'm gonna put him back into this. Shh. Because I get up doesn't mean you need to. Good. Good job, buddy. So I'm gonna start doing a lot more work around his crate, like because he always wants to run back in there, and like yes, I like that he likes to be in here. That's great. That's gonna be a lifetime thing for him, but he can't think that that's if I'm asking him to do something else, that's the answer.
Right.
He's got to give that up. And we know he hasn't like given in to everything yet. We Can you give me a belly? Super submissive. This is him. This is him not comfortable.
Yeah, when I brought Milo back in from us working, his crate was closed, and he was standing really close to it, really wanted to desperately get back in there. And I just gave him a second and like put my hand on the crate door, and he just like offered me up a sit and just like
Nice.
looked at me, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, like you know that you're gonna sit there and listen and wait for me.
Right. And that's from just like not letting them always do what they want.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
it's like you need to give me some respect, some patience before you go back in or you come out. I know you're uncomfortable, buddy. You're doing great. Look at those nails. Look at those nails. We're gonna get those nails. Otis, break. Break. Good. Oh,
Okay.
hello.
Okay.
So why do you think he's going to you?
He probably knows that you're gonna keep on training him.
Yeah.
And he wants somebody to distract him or get
He
him
thinks
away
you're
from
safe.
that.
Yeah, he thinks
Yeah.
you're safe right now.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's been like putting pressure on him, and you've just been sitting over there nicely,
Right.
not bothering him. I'm the one that's bothering him and pestering him.
Uh-huh. He's like, if I sit over here, I'm not gonna have to do anything.
Yep. It's an okay choice. Harper, down. Harper, down. Good. Come. Sit. If you want to pause it and like we can
Sure.
hold on. Have the crate for him.
Yeah.
And well, a lot of times we're like, yes, get in your crate, but for him, like that's his way of avoiding and not working. So he's got to be one where like you come to your crate, you sit, the crate door opens, and you're released in. This is also going to like solidify the recall because I'm going to go over here, recall him to me, and expect that he not run into his crate. And I
Right.
guarantee you, first few times he's going to run into his
Yep.
crate.
Yep.
But you find out like what the dog's trigger is. Obviously for him it's his crate, and you make them like you use that to your advantage. That's a good choice. That's good not running into your crate. Good job, buddy. Come. Woo!
He thought about
You
it.
proved me wrong,
Yeah.
buddy. Sit. Good. But look how he's still like, I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna face my crate.
Yep.
I'm not actually like looking at you, because that's all I want right now. Sit. Come. Place. Good. He's still fighting that impulse. He's like looking back at his crate. He's like, is the crate door still open? Can I make it?
Yep.
And he's got to give in to like following us because we're going to have the answers when he doesn't have them. Good. If he can just trust that, he's going to be so much better off in the world. So do I want to keep calling him farther away? That actually gets easier. If I call him farther away, like to the door,
Uh-huh.
it's easier than me like going towards his crate and calling him towards the crate, not letting him go in. I'm going to give him an easy one. I'm going to call him this way. Good. Good job. Sit.
Yeah, he's much more likely to listen when he's not close to the,
Yep.
the crate.
Right, because it's less, it's like, you know, for me, putting the soda farther away where I can't see it rather than like in my face all the time.
Yep.
Sit. I freaking love soda.
Yeah.
I can't keep it where I can see it all the time. Otherwise, I drink it all the time.
Yep.
Good. Down. Down. I want him to get where he just like plops down. He's not there yet. Down. So I've got continuous pressure on. It's going to stay on until he goes down, down. Down. Good. Pressure off. So that whole time I'm holding pressure because the whole time he's like, I'm going to go in circles. And so I've got to tell him that whole time you're wrong.
Yeah. You already said the command.
Yep.
He knows.
Yep. And I'm not repeating like every 5 seconds. I'm giving him the chance to make the mistake or not, do the right thing or not, but letting him still know through the e-collar that this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then he knows he's right when I, 1, let off the e-collar pressure, and 2, I mark it with good.
And if you just said down like 100 times, kind of like lose the value of the word, and he's doing everything wrong while you're saying down, and they associate that.
Yeah.
I definitely try to work on that every day, but I slip up all the time.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to just like let the dog struggle.
Yeah.
And not be like trying to help them. Like that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Cup. Place. So that's no. Place. So as soon as you started going that way, e-collar pressure went on, and I rolled up a little bit because the farther he gets away from what he's supposed to be doing, more pressure, more pressure. Oh, I'm really wrong. I need to turn around.
Yeah.
And that was like just with me saying one word, no pressure on. I'm going to take off the muzzle. I was using the muzzle mostly just for all that handling stuff. So now he's like, bring it up. Good. Good. Come. Go ahead. Sit. Nope. Come. Sit. Still would like him facing me. We'll get there.
Yeah, and I saw he got a little nervous, and he was getting closer to your hand and stuff, and
yeah, he didn't give me like the bite kind of feeling, but he's stressed. He's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, he knows the commands.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt he knows the commands, but he is fighting so many impulses to not just run back to his crate where he feels safe.
Right.
Because for whatever reason, he doesn't have a great association with other people other than his owners. So this, just me being here and close to him, is like for him, pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it doesn't feel good to him. So it'd be, for him, he would feel so much better just in his crate. No. Max. What are you woofing at? So I'm going to call him, no. As soon as he gets up, no, stem. Because just because I move doesn't mean he gets to. I'm going to call him this way, which is obviously, this is really hard. The crate's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sit. Good. rather than just calling him, because I want him to also work on this stay. Good. Come. No. So, as soon as he started going, no, push and hold, get him back to me. And again, I rolled up. Because if I had just used, like, you know, if I had stayed where I was, he was going to fight through that. He's like, I don't care, I can get to my crate.
He would have already been in there.
Yep, so I had to roll up a little bit, more pressure, tell him that's wrong, come to me.
Yeah. It's like he got closer to the fire, like intensity got higher.
Yep, exactly. Good choice. Otis. Kennel. Good job. So, that was good. Good lesson, buddy. All right.
And you've been doing that like